What's up everyone, Jake here, and welcome to, I believe, week 9 of the channel. I don't really remember what week we're on because I haven't really been here. I think I've been gone for 2 or 3 weeks. I'm not really sure, but I am back for right now. Unfortunately, terrible circumstances kept me from being able to actually focus on making videos and making that kind of my Sunday priority, but like I said, I am back for right now, so I'm gonna try and jump right back into the swing of things. So this week, the topic is packing, and I personally pack 2 different ways. Now I know there are many ways people can pack. I know for people who are packing on a budget, you can use rolled up socks and things of that sort. I personally don't tend to use that just because I don't think it looks very realistic. In my opinion, maybe I'm doing it wrong, but I'd prefer to just actually use a packer. So it took me a while because they're kind of expensive, or some of them can be. So it took me a while to save up some money to get them, but I do have 2 right now. I have a regular soft packer and an STP, which is a stand to pee. The regular soft packer is strictly for packing only, and the STP is a 3-in-1. You can use it for packing, for peeing, and for playing. So it's the STP 3-in-1. Sorry I say so much. I'm trying to work on that. But okay, so I have them both with me, and I'm gonna go through, the things I like and things I dislike about both of them. To start off with, the STP I got it from Peacocks, and the color on the website looked darker than what it actually is in person. So right now, especially during the winter, like, my skin's fairly light, but I'm actually pretty tan, and especially during the summer, I get if I'm out in the sun, I get really tan. So this color does not match me at all. But the packer that I have, the color's a little too dark for me, so I literally need one like in between the 2 color shades. But other than the color, the other thing I don't really like is that the STP, sorry, I have it in my hands, that's why I'm looking at it. So the STP, when it goes against you, it kind of goes like this, which keeps it at a downward angle. But I feel like this thing is just too pointy. It's too firm. It doesn't just fall down, which I don't like, because when you wear it, you have to fold it up, and it makes it like this weird flat feeling right here that I really dislike. Now it does it no matter which way you fold it, it gets that weird flat feeling, and it's because it's hollow. There's really not much you can do about that, but I literally cannot stand that. That part bothers me so much. But other than the color and the way it looks and feels when it's bent, that's like the only thing that really bothers me. It's pretty realistic. I mean, there's veins on it, it's got the lip, and then the part that you pee through is a pretty big hole. And it's a big cup. Now there's multiple different STPs, STP devices, and some of them have like a little cup that you pee into. Some is like a spoon kind of thing that you pee into. This one is strictly this cup that's like built into it, which I do like a lot because I feel like it keeps me from having an accident more. But then again, I've also never used the other STP devices, so I can't really compare them other than what I would think would happen. But for the most part, it works really well. I've only had 2 accidents with it. One, unfortunately, was while I was at work, so I had to go home. No one knew, luckily, which I kind of just told the internet. But anyway, the other one was while I was at home. It was the first time that I used it. So, but once you get the hang of it, it's pretty easy to use because it does cup right. So as long as you start to get the feel of how it should feel against you, and then you know when you can pee. But you also have to be really careful about controlling the flow of your pee, or the speed, sorry. Because if you go too fast, you're going to fill up this cup, and then it's going to overflow. And it's going to go down your legs and go everywhere. So you have to really focus on controlling how quickly you pee. And for that, sorry, my screensaver just went on. It does that almost every video. Anyway, so for that, my advice is try and pee a little more often. Don't hold it to where you feel like you're going to explode unless you have no choice. And at that point, I would suggest kind of just going into the stall and dealing with people thinking you're strange for peeing in a stall. Anyway, other than that, the STP works pretty well, but if you can tell in the video, it's really light, and for me, it's just a couple shades too light to match me. But then I have the Softy Packer, which is a little too dark. So you can see there's a big difference, and I literally need one, like my skin is right, I should put 2 Packers against my face. Anyway, my skin color is right in between, so I kind of need to find one that's in between. Now, the Soft Packer, sorry, I have cat hair. I have 2 cats, so if I don't like properly take care of these, I get cat hair all over them, and I kind of just put them down on my bed, which is a really bad idea. Anyway, so this one, as you can see, is like very flimsy, which I like a lot. I actually love that because I feel like it's much more realistic when you pack, because whatever way you bend it, you still have the girth. It doesn't go away because it's not hollow, which I understand, like, there's really not much you can do about that, because in order to pee through it, you have to have it hollow. What I don't like is how the material is so easy to rip and to tear. As you can see right there, there's huge tear marks, because my girlfriend and I were she was messing around one day and she yanked it really hard and it tore. And this one's pretty realistic too. It's got the lip and everything, and it's got like a little mark on the front, and it has some veins through it. So it's pretty realistic, but when you're actually packing with it, I feel like it looks 500 times better than when you're packing with the STP, with this specific STP at least. So this one I would prefer to pack with, but the problem is I like to go to the bathroom standing up. I like to use the urinal, so it makes it really hard because the STP makes it look like there's nothing there. And this one, you can tell something's there and it's not like overly big, but you can't pee with it. So it's like, it sucks. But I don't know, I like this one so much better. And I also suggest when you buy them, really think about what size you're getting, because, I know guys want to have big penises and things like that, but you have to think about what's going to be proportionate to your body. Okay, so I'm 5'6". I think this is the 4.5 or the 4-inch one. I could have gotten a 5.5, or it's a 4.5. I could have gotten a 5.5 or 6.5. Now I'm only 5'6", so if I would have gotten a 6.5, it would have looked like I had a boner all day. And the 5.5 probably would have been pretty similar. So this one for my body height works perfectly. Now, if you're shorter, I'd suggest getting a smaller one. If you're taller, I'd suggest getting a bigger one. Just think about what's going to be proportionate for your body. This one is just like it's very realistic looking. Now, there's different underwear that's specifically designed for the packers, and usually it depends on where you buy them. Like the Soft Packer I bought from a sex shop in West Hollywood, and the STP I bought online from Peacock Products. So online on the website you can get the boxers that are specifically for that STP that kind of hold it in place, which would probably make it easier when you actually use the urinal. And I actually want to look into that, because right now I just pack with regular. Sorry, I thought my mom was walking in and I was about to try and cover these up because she would have felt really awkward. Anyway, so right now I just pack with regular boxer briefs, which work for the Soft Packer because that one, it doesn't really go anywhere, but the STP slides really easily, so your boxer briefs and your pants have to be pretty tight to keep it in place, which is a problem because I only have one pair of tight jeans and the rest of them are all pretty baggy, so it moves a lot, which makes it really hard when you have to go to the bathroom and there's other people in there, because you have to find it and situate it properly, and it makes it kind of awkward and weird, in my opinion at least. So for the STPs, I would suggest getting the specific boxers that are supposed to help. As for the Soft Packer, I have no problem using regular boxers. I don't really like the boxers that I bought with them because they're kind of like really tight spandex that are really short. Oh my gosh, I let my screensaver go on every single video. I apologize. Anyway, so they're like just super tight spandex that go down like this much down your leg, and I hate that because I feel like I'm wearing girls' underwear and it drives me insane. I like my boxers to go down my thigh a good ways, so I don't wear that one, although it has like a specific like compartment for it, which has a little ring that you put it through and it holds it in place, and it holds it like right here. So this part is against you, then there's the ring, and then this is there, so it doesn't go anywhere. I haven't thought about using, I haven't tried using that for the STP. I don't know how well that would work. But as for the boxers with the soft packer, that's up to you whether or not you want to get one. I don't personally think it's necessary, but everyone, to each his own on whether or not you want one. But yeah, so I guess that's pretty much it. This is kind of a long video, but that's about it with packing. I don't really have, like I said, I only have 2 packers, so I'm not very well versed in all the different types out there. I am looking into getting different ones to see what works better and stuff like that, but that also comes with money, so it's not going to come until I've got the money to spare, because some of them are kind of expensive. But that's basically it for packers, I believe. If you guys have any questions or anything like that, feel free to hit me up on Instagram or Twitter. You guys can ask for my email if you don't want to ask your question out loud, if you don't want to ask it out loud in public, if you don't want to ask it on YouTube or anything like that. I'm more than willing to give out my email address so you guys can hit me up if you have any questions. But as always, thank you for watching. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, give us a shout out, ask us questions, all that fun stuff. But yeah, and glad to be back. Share the video for me, guys. I appreciate it, and much love.